Start it.
Quack, quack, quack.
Quack.
All right. Do you want me to start it? I'll start it. Hello.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to Quackalope. My name is Shira.
That's how Board Game Co. does things. We just sort of bumble our way through. Today, we are at the Funkhauser's house, filming a bunch of videos.
Yeah, that's you guys.
Who are you and how did you get here?
Y'all,
You didn't lock the door, babe.
I show up and bribed you with family photos, and then I said, we're going to do a quick little video talking about all of our experiences with, and the things we like, 5 things we love about Fall of the Mountain.
That's what it was. That's what hooked us.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
This game is on Kickstarter right now. Board Game Co. has covered it. Quackalope now is currently covering it. We're going to have some more gameplay and stuff during the campaign. Spotlight, which is the site you all run. You all did a live stream. I believe it's the premiere gameplay over there listed. So you can swing over and check that out. Mm-hmm. And we thought we'd get together and celebrate a company that we love, a group of creators that we adore, and talk about a game that is doing some really, really cool things. Mm-hmm. We also just did a series of top 5, top 10 lists.
We did.
And Burnt Island, spoiler alert, Funkhausers have
Couple
their
of
other
them.
games
Couple
in
of them.
some of their, yeah, they exist. So, I'm going to do the proper introduction as Quackalope should, because I'm assuming you all didn't do this on your gameplay, so your audience is missing out on it. And
You're gonna read the narrative text.
I mean, of course.
Here it is.
Course.
Here's the theme.
Because, listen. If I love one thing about this game, it's the fact that it integrates so cleanly into this series. It is very, very mechanically different. It is a different game. Talking. She's over here mimicking me going on and on.
There it is.
It works.
I like Shira already.
It works. This game tells the story of a legendary war that transpired many generations before the events of In the Hall of the Mountain King. An unstoppable onslaught of gnomes has breached the gates. As they pour into the Mountain Kingdom, you are one of the heroes rising up to lead and inspire the troll defenders as we fight for our survival. You must rally support from the clans, drive back the gnome invaders, and defend the sacred great halls as the situation gets ever worse. The fall of the Mountain King is inevitable, but the ferocity of your example will make you the leader we need to keep our hope alive that we may someday return home.
Boom, boom, boom.
So, Shira, Lizzie, Derek, what are
Jesse?
we thinking? What are we thinking?
I'm glad that In the Hall of the Mountain King came out first so that we don't have this cliffhanger.
That is true. That is true. It does wrap
Since
up.
you had to do the flavor
game
text.
just fine without the flavor text.
All
I think.
right. 5 things we love about this game. Let's go.
For me, I mean, it's this placement, the action selection, the drafting of these cards among players, and then placing them inside your ancestry is super fascinating and also excruciatingly difficult because you have to fill these up. And
Always covering something else.
Yes.
You can't underlay also. So
Yes,
like if
you
you
can't
have
be
that
like,
like
"I'm
blink,
gonna do this."
yeah, exactly. That's what you want to do, but you can't.
And getting these barrels, which extend your turn and give you more actions, but when you get these elder signs, you can't ever place over them.
Yeah.
So it's great because it's a set collection for points, but it's going to end up also hurting at the same time.
And clogging your map.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have people who tell you that the barrels also can't be covered.
So yeah, we fixed that. So you can cover the barrels in the middle of the stream. I addressed that thanks to the Capels for being there. But the way you also activate these is really interesting because you can essentially, like, let's do I don't know. Like, you're route connecting, and so you can make stronger actions by grouping like symbols.
If you had done this guy, then
Yeah.
you could have grouped all the.
Yeah,
call them
I
broccolis.
could have gone over here, but if I've done this first, I could come back later and then do this one and this one because I can extend a route between those, and that's just really interesting, and it adds a nice layer of like choice.
You have the options of doing like a big action, or you can do 2 small actions.
Yep.
I like that you're not always locked into doing that. My favorite part are these trolls. Or, I don't know, are they called trolls?
Yeah, I think they're the champions, right? Like the troll champions.
They are amazing. They were so much fun. We started out our game with everyone had a special power.
Yeah.
So mine was that every time I got to place one on tile on here designating it, I got to place a free one on another one.
Yes.
I wouldn't get the starting bonus, but I did get to place 2 out. So I just went really heavy on these in my game, and it was a lot of fun. They give you so many bonuses, and extra ways to sequence and...
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, needless to say, I was just spreading out the degree of beauty and artwork we're getting in this realm.
And this is just the prototype.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yes.
And what Shira was saying, like, being able to place on the extra, the clan votes, that's a really interesting part, too.
And pronouncing all the names.
I can't pronounce those.
I know, that's half the fun.
How would you even, like, say some of those? Whalewolf.
My favorite.
That's probably, like, Jorah. The H is silent.
It's just fun.
Jorah? I don't know.
Jorah?
Hajora?
I think it was Hora.
Hora? Maybe the J. Ooh.
Hera.
Is the H or the J silent? I don't know.
Maybe neither of them are. Maybe
what does the community
both
say?
Are.
Is it Hora? Joke's on us.
So,
Pajora.
Another thing we were talking about was the rondel system that was over here.
Yeah.
It integrates a lot of different systems. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
Really smoothly, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part
also,
about
the clan
that...
voting thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rondel, you trigger things on the board as well as you go around it, not only getting benefits for yourself, but also making things a little bit more challenging for yourself and the rest of all the players.
And then the swarm.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, my favorite part about the rondel is that you can actually look at, like, gnomes on the board to see if you can defeat them.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of information about what's on the board and also what's coming. And that's nice, especially when you've got, like, a mechanic where you've got the swarm coming at the end, and you're like, oh man, I don't know where they're going.
You know it's going to fall, though. Lizzie. Yeah. Favorite parts. What should people be paying attention to?
I like the swarm. I like being able to move it. And then at the beginning, I was always sending it after Derek, and then I realized sacrificing your trolls is a good thing. And once I got over my attachment to them, I was just like, sacrifice them all.
Yep.
Very nice. Derek, you taking a look at the Kickstarter. You had something else you wanted to point out?
Yeah, the area control is also really interesting. You eventually want to be around the ones that score the most points, but in the beginning, it actually doesn't matter if you're around. You want to be in more areas in the beginning, which is also just a different tactic to play the end game versus the beginning.
Yeah, and to go off to riff off that, also, like, the movement is really interesting because you could be.
The movement confused me so much. I had to look at the rules. Every single time I tried to move, I was like, wait, you can move from one to many or from many to one? Or, like, do you have to go through your own people?
There were many to
So,
call.
yeah, you have to... So, I talked to him because I had a phone call with their developer. I was like, look, we've got some questions here that we just wanted to go through on the rule book that they went through. Again, it's a Kickstarter, so I give them a little leeway in the fact that they're still working through how they're going to do this. But the movement's super cool with, like, being able to move through your system of routes and then popping up, like, moving everything from one... Like, if I had... this system, I could take these two trolls.
Across the
board. They could go to anything that is connected here, which is really cool. So I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's that route building's really interesting because you're doing it both on the cards that you're playing and also on the map when it comes to the area control. Now, you taking a look at the Kickstarter page to see what else, because all we have is a prototype in front of us, to see what else they have coming.
So the first player marker is going to be a miniature hammer.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. The champions that are standees are actually all of these actually are miniatures. There's like over
minis,
180.
right?
Yeah, they're all minis.
Very nice.
And the champions actually have a
about that.
slot that goes in, that their power goes into them, so you can kind of see what goes what, because all of those are asymmetric.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. The next upgrade is going to be foil on the Elder sign. So when this is on the table, it'll be foil. That's just a nice cosmetic thing. I love that about Kickstarter.
They produce, I'm talking Burn Island, probably, I would say, consistently the prettiest games.
They do a fantastic
They maybe,
job.
like, I might have a hard time thinking through Eagle Griffin when it comes to some of the production quality, but I mean, once you're in that conversation, you're already above a bar that's ridiculous.
Right.
I'm so excited.
They've also unlocked a lot of new champions. So on top of, like, what we see, there's a lot of new champions.
On top
They've
of, like,
unlocked
the 25, 30, 40 on the table?
Yeah, there are some that we don't even have.
Through all of them.
Yeah. In the Hall of the Mountain King was one of my favorites. Jan adores it. We were super excited. We reached out to them right away when this was announced to lend support, and just, I knew it was going to be a gem.
And this is a trilogy. There's a third one.
Is there a third one? What are you talking about?
There's a third one coming.
I haven't heard this.
They are currently
running... He doesn't know board games.
They're currently running a promotional, like, to name the third one. Like, what do you think it's going to be? Like, so...
Wait, is that all the memes that have been popping up all over the place?
Yeah, that's what all the memes are.
I say Call of the Mountain.
Call of the Mountain.
Go back under your rock.
So you have the fall, you have in the hall.
Yeah.
So then you need something that rhymes as the follow-up. So what is it? Is it the call? Is it the ball?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it the mall?
I saw a Rococo.
Yeah, Rococo.
With Ball of the Mountain King.
Yes.
Either way, super thrilled about this. Super excited about this title. Swing over to the Kickstarter page. Link will be down below. I believe we're going to be working, well, not us four, but I believe we're going to be working on some gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
Once we get to Maryland, sitting down with Jan to give this a swing, because he hasn't had a chance to play it yet.
Poor Jan.
I know. Bird Island Games, whenever they put out something, you should be paying attention. We'll be doing our best to let you know exactly what is happening in this space. Whatever the case,
Whatever you do,
remember to do the important thing.
get out and play some games.
Oh, she got it. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.